Guys, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria, and in this video I'm going to talk about periods or menstrual cycles while being on a high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet. So I had this as a question and I thought I'd make a little video about it because it is a hot topic amongst the female crowd. So first I'll talk about my experience. After being on this lifestyle for over 4 years, my menstrual cycle is easy peasy. It took me about 8 months to get my cycle back after having the baby, and now it comes about every 28 days, and it's very light. It lasts from like 2 to 4 days. The first day is always the heaviest flow, but it's not a heavy flow. It's just a moderate. I use regular organic cotton tampons from the brand 7th Generation. I have not delved into the moon cups yet, but I'm very interested in trying them out. And then the last few days of my cycle will just be very light. I barely even know it's there. Sometimes I don't even have to use anything other than just a tissue paper, a quick wipe, and it's all done. And then the only like symptoms I get is I do have a little bit of cramping prior to my cycle starting. What's going on up there? I'm not showered yet today. That's okay. Still just hanging out. Anyways, okay, so I've had a bit of I do get a little bit of cramping prior to my cycle, and I feel more fatigued and a little more irritated than usual, but nothing that interferes with my daily life, and nothing that's not manageable without anything, you know. I just make sure I'm eating and staying hydrated and doing what I need to do for my body. I do tend to sleep more prior to my cycle starting and when I'm on my cycle, but I'm still exercising, just going at an easier rate. And that's that. When I first came onto the lifestyle, I had amenorrhea, so I hadn't been menstruating, and so my flow was really heavy for the first like 3 months, I'd say. Once it came back, it was kind of heavy, and that made sense to me because I hadn't had a cycle in so long that there was probably a lot of stuff backed up in there that needed to come out, and so much, you know, weird stuff moving through my blood at the time. But yeah, so and then it just kind of like evened itself out, and it's been every like month since I got it back. I don't use any form of birth control. I had been on the pill when I was 16 to prevent, as a preventative measure, because I was showing some like maybe symptom. Well, I had an irregular period, and they were afraid that since endometriosis runs in my family, that it could be, you know, that showing up early. I don't know, but I don't have anything like that now. Endometriosis is characterized by like having irregular menstrual cycles, really bad heavy periods, lots of cramping. My mom had it, and she ended up having to have a total hysterectomy when she was like 37 because she had big ovarian cysts that formed, and I, you know, don't experience anything like that at all. And I owe that a lot to my diet, in particular not eating a lot of fat at all and not consuming dairy products. So in my experience and based on my knowledge, the key to having a normal, healthy, regular, light, tolerable menstrual cycle is to follow a high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet that is low in fat and low in protein and does not contain any animal products, and is low in sodium as well, because all of those fat, protein, and sodium are all going to change your blood consistency such that it can make a period just harder to manage. More fat and protein in the blood is going to thicken it up, which is going to interfere with the way in which that can leave your body. It's just going to be more painful. And then salt, it can dehydrate you, which is also going to make things more painful than they could be otherwise. So yeah, that's that. If you want to have a nice light flow, and give it some time too. I'd say it takes about 6 months when you're transitioning onto this diet to start experiencing the light periods. So give it some time, let your body clear some things out. Of course, that can be different for everybody, but I'm just saying on average, give it 6 months of following low fat, low protein, low sodium, high carb, lots of fruits and veggies, lots of nutrients. And you will experience a very tolerable, nice, light menstrual cycle. Last thing I want to talk about is birth control. I started talking about this a little bit in the video, but I do not take any form of birth control. No pills, no IUDs, nothing. I track my cycle so I know when I'm ovulating, and my husband and I use the pull-out method. This is not 100% at all, and because I've been breastfeeding, it's definitely harder for me to get pregnant because of my hormones. But I used this method for about 5 years, 5 to 6 years prior to getting pregnant with my husband. So it definitely can work, but it's better to be safe than sorry. If I was to use anything, we'd use a traditional method of condoms. But yeah, I didn't want to try anything else. I do plan on getting pregnant again, not for another year or so. I'd like to give Lily a little sibling because she loves other kids and she just lights up, and I think that would be good for her to have. And then we're probably going to be done, and my husband is considering a vasectomy. So yeah, that's that. I hope I answered questions concerning this topic. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. Please like this video if you did. Sorry for the video style being kind of like, hey, I'm just here, I really haven't done anything with myself, but it's 100% raw and 100%, like, in terms of my appearance, this is what you look like on a high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet without showering, having sweated in the morning, and living a mom life. So thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye.